Okay, so one question that's been on everybody's mind is where is Filian? Now, obviously, Filian has been away for almost 6 months now, and it is one of these things that has, kind of blown up lately after she removed a lot of her content from her Twitter and obviously privated a lot of videos over on YouTube and removed her profile picture and banner from pretty much every social media she has. And again, it has been a pretty interesting one to follow, as it seems like there has been some kind of development, I guess, in terms of, maybe a comeback coming on or something like that, which of course a lot of people are very excited about. But recently there's been a lot of posts, for example, like this one, which we covered, of some graffiti that was apparently in LA. Now, again, we talked about this in the last video. I'm very skeptical on the legitimacy of this, just mainly due to the fact of the sources that this post gives. Whenever you go to them, they don't lead to anywhere that actually has some, proper, what do you call it? I don't see any proper sources where I can go to straight to the original post, and straight to where these pictures were. And of course, in the age of AI and things, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. But again, obviously, it does look pretty clean. But of course, again, if you go to any of the video sources that they put here, I can't find it literally anywhere, right? And that obviously does make me very skeptical about how real this really is, because obviously a lot of people have been saying it's Filian fans that have been doing it. A lot of people were saying that maybe Filian paid them to do this, which again, I just don't think would be the case, especially as we cover the next thing, which has come out, which has been this post. People say, can't believe this is a real post I stumbled across randomly. Something tells me that the snackers are kind of missing Filian here. And obviously you can see here, it's a New York subway, in a graffiti covering a 100-year-old tile mosaic, tells you what station you're in. So again, it seems like it is being covered with this. Now, of course, this is on r/mildly infuriating, it appeared on, not on a VTuber subreddit, which I think is a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit more interesting, right? Because of course, this was the post here. It did end up getting taken down by the mods, I'm pretty sure. But essentially, yeah, this was on a subreddit that isn't, kind of associated with VTubers inherently, right? Because of course, if someone was to do this to try and get attention for it, then they would put it on the Filian subreddit or like a VTuber subreddit, right? But this one is just on some random one, which makes me think that this could actually be real. Now, of course, I think what is most likely to have happened here, and if this is real, and if this is something that is actually at the Clinton, Washington, whatever, like subway station, then of course I feel like it is a fan that has kind of seen a lot of the other stuff that's been going on and wanted to try their own hand at it, right? Because of course we've had this one, which has blown up pretty massively with a lot of Filian fans, which, as I said, I'm very skeptical on how real it is. And then of course someone else probably saw that, or someone else had a similar idea and decided to do it here too, on apparently an 100-year-old tile mosaic, which obviously sucks, right? Because again, this shouldn't be defaced like this. This wall I care a little bit less about because it is just a random wall. If this is real, this is just a random wall. So it doesn't really matter too much to me. Obviously, graffiti and stuff tends to be illegal in a lot of places. But again, I feel like this one's worse because it's over something that someone has actually made. It's an old kind of thing that people have loved. And someone has just kind of painted over the top of it, right? And especially in Filian's name, which of course, I just feel like it's something that Filian would not pay for, right? She wouldn't pay for someone to do this. And the only thing maybe is someone edited it onto it instead, and that's why we're seeing this. I'm not sure. But again, it looks pretty realistic. Again, we'll have to see. Obviously, there was two kind of camera angles here. So Clinton, Washington avenues. And of course, yeah, we've got Filian Is Lost on here. Now, of course, apparently a lot of people were arguing with each other. And last I saw, the poster had almost 600 comments and was the top post of the week in that sub. But as noted in the original post comments, this is more likely to be a copycat. It is a very low quality compared to the other graffiti. What's most likely happened is that somebody saw the other graffiti getting a ton of attention for some reason, so decided to copy it without the proper skill and tag it somewhere with the most possible visibility for clout. So Filian is not lost. She's in the heart of all the fans. But I'm pretty sure that's her Twitter/YouTube username. Then yes, beautiful checks notes. New York subway station. I said, was it really necessary to slop over the plaque I hate graffiti. So given the style that people were speculating, this is a copycat chasing the attention the first one got. And obviously they put a link to the first one. So yeah, as someone who treats it like a valid art form, as long as it isn't damaging a building and stuff, this is why graffiti artists, besides Banksy for some reason, get a bad reputation, which obviously, yeah, I think is true, right? Because they put it over stuff that maybe shouldn't be done over. As I said, this random wall, no one cares about too much, right? Maybe someone might be angry if it's like their house or whatever, but I don't think it is. It's on the side of a highway. So again, it's like people care about it less, and you know, probably get cleaned off in a couple of weeks, right? Whereas you know, obviously you run the risk of permanently damaging this pretty old mosaic thing that they've got going on there, which of course should never be done, right? And of course, I say I really wish people wouldn't do this. I'm pretty sure Filian wouldn't want this either. It's not a great look for her or for us fans. I think the ARG is truly going to places, slash serious to say, yeah, it's going places. It went away, as the members say, what ARG? And before I get the cliff notes, I'm aware of it. I was participating in it until it got removed from the fill cord. No idea if it's still being worked on, honestly. It's a bummer. And I think it is just one of those things that have been just kind of closed out now. Then the guy laid it on thick. This isn't helping the situation. They're not cool. I say mosaic tiles were installed in the 1970s, nowhere near 100. The tiles were installed to make graffiti cleanup easier, lol. So again, maybe that was the case. I'm not sure about New York subway history, so maybe that is true. But either way, I still don't think it is the best decision, right? So from a woman who has 2 pairs of lips that never close, she sure has a lot of men aiming to go between them during her absence. What? Okay, that's crazy. So yeah, obviously, a lot of people have been discussing this. Again, as I said, I think this is just to do with some kind of fan or whatever, or just someone who is wanting to get attention, even as a graffiti artist or whatever, and that they have just kind of done this, right? But again, as I said, this one seems a little bit more legitimate just due to where it has come from, but I still haven't seen the original source for this. So again, do be skeptical of this kind of stuff, because of course this one I was very skeptical of, because both of the video sources within this, Kim Jinyan that they put down at the bottom, and also there's a different one as well. Where was the name? I forgot where did they put it? Oh yeah, Teketon Yatu. We looked those up like literally on the video, and I couldn't find any kind of trace of this video being anywhere on any of their accounts. So that is something that, you know, I was very skeptical about. And again, I haven't seen anything to do with it. Same with like Otaku Newsbeat. I searched up Otaku Newsbeat, couldn't find it, whatever at all, right? So again, obviously a lot of people have been kind of talking about that too. Whereas this one, it has appeared on mildly infuriating. It just really depends on, you know, yeah, whether this was just legitimate. Again, maybe there's like a news story covering it, because sometimes it is, you know, popular. But again, to be fair, New York does get its fair share of, you know, graffiti and stuff. So maybe it's just like another bit of graffiti and that they don't really care about it, right? Because it's nothing special. They see it pretty much every day, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop to use my code Kazza, get 10% off again. They've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.